Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth. It's Rod with Pow Group, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. As I mentioned, it's Friday, September 5th. It's the Trump announcement day, and we were let down again. Another Nothingburger. They had multiple EOs, executive orders. None of the EOs pertain to MJ, though, and they were talking about a myriad of different issues and, a lot of very important issues. Obviously, some things can be debated that they're much more important than MJ legalization. I wouldn't say that that would be incorrect because there's definitely more important issues, but it is getting frustrating for sure. And it's going to be 4 weeks on Monday. And, they said they're going to be looking at a determination in the next few weeks. So a few can mean many, right? So I would think that it would be coming at some point in the next few weeks. See what I did there? But you never know, right? I've always been saying that it's probably going to be after crypto legislation. But we'll dive into it here. Before we do, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe. Take the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. We'll take a look at MSOS as well. Probably not going to be good leading into Monday. But you can follow us over on X as well, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPal. Going to be using that as one of my platforms of choice going forward. So this was the website here directly at the White House, and it's still going on at the moment. I highly doubt they're going to mention anything at the moment. I would say it's pretty much a done deal. And Nothingburger, I couldn't listen to it anymore. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And there's, like I said, it's still going as I'm making this video, but they're already done the executive orders by the looks of it. Who knows, maybe by some miracle, by the time I'm done making this video, they make a determination. I doubt it, though. It'll probably come when people are least expecting it, which is typical. But we'll look at the chart here on MSOS. There is a bearish pattern that is forming. But as you can see here on Forbes, Trump says MJ rescheduling will be decided within weeks. So he said we'll make the determination over the next few weeks, right? And that was published on August 11th. I remember making the video about it as well. So if we take a look at the calendar, you can see the 11th, 18th, 25. It's been over 3 weeks now. We're going on the 4th week, come on the 8th of September. So on Monday, it'll be 4 weeks, and that's really putting us into any time now period, right? So again, it'll probably come when everybody thinks it's not going to happen, when people are least expecting it. And who knows, they're probably not going to broadcast it as well. There would probably just be a bombshell that drops out of nowhere. But today was an interesting time, right? It was Friday. They were starting the press conference at 4. There was a lot of speculation that, they're saving the MJ executive order for 420. It's kind of funny, some of the things that you come up with in your brain, but it made sense. It definitely made sense. So I don't fault anybody for thinking that here today, but unfortunately, doesn't look like we're going to get it today, this week. We'll see what happens. There was rumors that it could happen last week, and now it's this week, and it just keeps getting pushed off, right? So next week will be another hopium-filled week. But if we take a look at MSOS here on the daily time frame, you can see that we have our high, our low. We started the daily bounce today, but at the moment it's just a weak bounce. We could still see a lower low. We're still in a daily uptrend. That's the most important factor. So at this point, it's going to be key to hold 447, because if we don't hold that support and we fail to break to a higher high here and form a lower high and lower low, what is that when we form a lower high and lower low? That's a downtrend. So if we lose 447, not only is that going to be a downtrend, if we fail to get above 501, which is the 0.32 fib, then it's a very weak bounce, and we're more than likely expecting a bearish continuation pattern and bear flag. So again, if we lose 447, daily downtrend confirmed, and if we fail to break 501 and then lose 447, then it's a daily bear flag confirmed, and then you just take your measured move there from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.382 fib, and it's saying 369. And we know we have a weekly bull flag as long as we hold 398. So it's going to be an interesting time if we do come back down to that level. Sometimes we've seen where it'll lower wick and then close back above it. So ultimately, as long as we close the weekly candle next week and over the next couple of weeks above 398, I'm not too worried if we wick below, because a lot of the times what we'll see is a lack of support. We do have a gap there as well at 379. So we could come back, fill that, and then see a potential wick and then a close above that. I wouldn't be too concerned about that next week if we wicked below it. So, if we open Monday, Tuesday, and we wick down to, 375 ish, and then we close the week above 398, I'll consider that a save. And typically, actually, I wouldn't even be surprised at all if they did that, because they like to mess with people, right? The whole stock market and the whole point of this game is to mess with people's emotions, make them sell when they want to buy, and make them sell when they should be buying, and make them buy when they should be selling, right? So we'll see what happens here next week, but it's not looking great. If we take a look at CGC here as well, on the daily time frame, it is a daily bear flag there. So not just on MSOS, but on CGC. And if we take a look at some of our other leaders in Canada, it's actually a bear flag here as well on Tilray. So you can see we have our high, low, lower high, very weak bounce. Very well could confirm that, and potentially a head and shoulders here even. So that's not great to see. But like I said, same thing on Tilray. If we were to come back down to around $1, then that maintains the weekly bull flag. Obviously, if we get news at some point next week, we finally get the determination that can change things. But we are seeing a stochastic bear cross here on the stochastic weekly time frame. So that's not a great sign, a bit of a red flag. We're still bullish on the MACD and still well above the 10-week moving average, but definitely seeing some cause for concern there with the stochastic crossing bearish. And we did just top out right at the 100 weekly moving average. We do have the 50 weekly there at 377. So typically what happens is you confirm it as resistance, you come back as support, failed, gets above it again, confirms, back test, support, see you later. Same thing here. We're getting above it. It's been long-term resistance. We're looking to get above it. We did. We topped out at the 100. We'll come back test potentially that 50 weekly. And again, that's right there. It's 377 as well. So there's a lot of support in that area. And we also have the 50-day moving average at 364. We also just had a golden cross, which occurred on August 26th. But again, these lagging indicators, these moving averages, they track the price, therefore they're lagging. So typically what happens is you see a run up into the golden cross, then you pull back, consolidate, and then you go again. Just look at VFF. It had a golden cross a while ago now. It actually happened back on like June 10th. Yeah, June 10th. And then we sell off after that cross because it's a lagging indicator. You back test it, then you go again, and look, it's been on an absolute tear. So that's what I'll be looking at into Monday. Going to look at that key support there at 447. Also, if we see weakness in the broader market, S&P 500, that's more than likely going to be headwinds and could make the sell-off a bit more exaggerated. So we'll just have to keep tabs on the broader market and see what happens here over the weekend. We do have rate cuts potentially coming, and we're up a little bit here after hours. So who knows? Maybe by the time I'm done publishing this video, there'll be some massive miracle that transpired, and they did mention it, but I highly doubt it. All right, going to end it there. I've got the weekend ahead of me, and so do you. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of this in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. Going to be going to meet a friend here for a little bit of a bite to eat and maybe a beer. So enjoy your weekend. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. And tomorrow's another day. Next week's another week. We can always hope for next week. All right. Talk to you soon. See you on the next one.